guys, and welcome back. My name is Jalen, and today I'm going to be talking about my pretty much most anticipated release of the year, and that is The Ballad of Songbirds and Steak by Suzanne Collins. It is the prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy, and it takes place during the 10th annual Hunger Games, and it is in the point of view of President Snow. He's 18 years old during this story. So I'm just going to read the inside to give you a brief synopsis about what the story is about if you don't already know. It says, it is the morning of the reaping that will kick off the 10th annual Hunger Games. In the capital, 18-year-old Coriolanus Snow is preparing for his one shot at glory as a mentor in the games. The once mighty House of Snow has fallen on hard times, its fate hanging on the slender chance that Coriolanus will be able to outcharm, outwit, and outmaneuver his fellow students to mentor the winning tribute. The odds are against him. He's been given the humiliating assignment of mentoring the female tribute from District 12. The lowest of the low. Their fates are now completely intertwined. Every choice Coriolanus makes could lead to favor or failure, triumph or ruin. Inside the arena, it will be a fight to the death. Outside the arena, Coriolanus starts to feel for his doomed tribute and must weigh his need to follow the rules against his desire to survive no matter what it takes. First, I think I'm going to address what everybody's thinking. I know there was a lot of speculation and a little bit of pushback against this book simply because of the fact that it is in the point of view of our main antagonist from the Hunger Games trilogy. And a lot of people don't really like, me included, whenever we get a story from that type of point of view, because I don't want to sympathize with somebody who supports and does what they do. As we know in the trilogy, I mean, he does some pretty horrendous things. He supports a system that is just horrible, like period, horrible. So I was a little bit wary as well going into the book because I didn't want to feel for him at all. And I do have to say that Suzanne Collins did tread that line very well. She made it known throughout the book exactly who he is, even if the decisions that he was making in the moment were good. You could see those underlying tendencies or that thought process that leads him to be who he is later in the trilogy. Even though there were times where I was like, oh, he's like, like he's a kid, he's just like trying to do school. He's trying to find a way to pay for college. He's just like trying his best. I felt that way at some points, but then then in the midst of that, I would read something, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that seed right there that just was planted is gonna grow into what we see later on. So I feel like that really helped in making sure that I remembered and didn't fall victim to feeling bad for a villain. If you are feeling wary about reading this book at all, I would just give it a shot. I personally enjoyed it. I personally didn't feel like I felt bad for President Snow at pretty much any point in the story, or I felt that he was like a good person at all. Like, sure, he made some good decisions, I guess, and like he was just a kid, but overall, like, we see who he really is in this book, and obviously we know who he really is in the rest of the trilogy. So I didn't really feel like I was feeling any type of way towards him in a positive light. The next thing that I wanted to talk about was what I rated the book. So I actually gave this book 3 stars. I might raise it to 3.5. Honestly, I liked it. As a whole, I thought it was solid. I really enjoyed the beginning. I thought we got to see a lot of things that what I was interested in. I was really interested in the Capitol, and I was interested in the aftermath of the war and how both sides were kind of handling things, but mostly from the Capitol's point of view, how they saw the districts, how they themselves were handling things, because I feel like even in the trilogy, we don't really, we see the Capitol how it is, like this just magnificent thing, everyone dressed up, this presence, this like mask that everyone seems to wear, but that wasn't always there. And that's what we see in this book, is stripped down exactly who the Capitol was before they got to where they were. And that's what was so interesting to me in the very beginning, when we're spending most of our time before the Hunger Games, and just seeing who President Snow was as a kid was very interesting to me as well. Seeing his ambition and his drive, but also how he does manipulate. And that was very evident throughout the book. But the middle of this book was so boring. It just dragged on so much, and that was so sad. I was so sad. But then the ending obviously picked up, and I think I enjoyed the ending. I'm not sure. I just finished it maybe like 20 minutes ago, but I think that it was pretty good. I think I'm gonna get more into it later on when I do my spoiler review on the book and go more in detail and in depth in the specifics. But overall, I gave it 3 stars. It was enjoyable. I want a whole book on the history, or just like the progression through time of the Capitol and how the Hunger Games has grown and developed into what it is. Because so I really just want a book just on that, like everything in between. I don't want it to focus on anyone. I just want a book about how the Hunger Games has progressed over time, and the Capitol, and how the districts, and just everything. I want a textbook, basically. I think how I want to wrap this up is if I would recommend this book. And yes, I would definitely recommend this book if you are a fan of the book, the franchise, if you're just interested in general. I know I'm always here for a good origin story. Like, sign me up, I'm here for it. Yeah, I definitely would recommend it. I learned a lot about just where a lot of thought processes came from, and how President Snow became who he was later on. I felt like I learned a lot about it, which was very interesting, because I'm always here to go a little bit deeper into books, especially like a YA. Like, I never thought that we'd be getting a book like this. So that's really, really, really interesting and really cool. So I definitely recommend it. If you have read the book, go ahead and comment down below, message me or something, because we're definitely gonna chat about it. It was a wild ride. I really liked it. I really did enjoy the book. Like, it had me riveted. I was like turning the pages. I mean, I read it in a day and a half, so like, I was here for it, you know? So yeah, definitely pick up the book, read it, and comment below if you have any other book recommendations or any other reviews you would like us to do. I know I definitely love to watch me a good review for a book that I'm anticipating. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.